Morning, Vietnam. Hey, Matty, I'm doing good, mate. Doing good. It was worthwhile coming back for Power Hour last night. So that extra couple of grand, or was it, well, $1,500 or whatever it was. Let's wind this down a little bit. Oh, let's have a bit of lo-fi beats. Bit of the silence. Struggling with your trading platform? Which platform are you using, Matty? Don't mind me asking. Screeners are not working for some reason. Well, I've never used Pro Real Time. I've never had any problems with Benzinga. Just saying. Not a lot moving at the moment. Oh, hang on a minute. Say that, and then because systems pops up. Let's have a quick look at the chart whilst I'm. Like that at all. Not even going to bother looking at the catalyst. Point. Oh well. It seems the only thing that's moving at the moment is Maxim. I can look at plug. Just give me a second. Plug power. So it's not. Oh, it's gapping up nicely today. 6%. Full 6%. So look at the daily, 60 minutes. So you can see it's kind of ranging between kind of 25 and 28. It has been for a while. Let's have a look at it on the daily. Yeah, it's not a bad chart actually. Came out a little bit. Had this huge sell-off, and then it started recovering nicely. Bit of a sell-off last week, but yeah, it's recovering nicely. Plug's not doing too bad. 27, 30, 35. Would say could be worthwhile. Could be interesting for a swing today or move today. The volume's not huge, but I can see this getting over 28 today. but it's moving. I think it'll. I don't think it's strong enough to get to 29, but I think it could certainly get over 28. My opinion, not financial advice. Don't take it as such. I'm not a financial advisor. Just say. Today's the market's very choppy. Today the market's very quiet as it happens. There's a lot of selling. There's a lot of selling. There's nothing much really moving other than Axum, and Axum's on a downwards at the moment beneath the VWAP, so this needs to get back up above 43. Probably won't be trading it on a 19k account, well, 20k account. So I would say plugs looking nice. Let's have a look at the story that you're talking about. It's not quite reached the gapping levels that I normally look for just yet, but plug power. This is the data is 65 million short float, so it's a decent sized, decent cap stock. It's 600 million float, 11% shorted. So you might get a little bit of a squeeze on those shorts, given that it's got good news today. Plug supplies Walmart with green hydrogen to retailers' fleet of material handling lift trucks, forklift trucks. That's why. Oh, they've got an agreement to supply LPG to Walmart. That's why it's moved. It's not moved huge, but I could see it getting over 28 today. Plug, maybe. Yeah, I've just been going over that less. If you look at the 5-minute chart, it's moved up. It's not moving huge, but I could see it over 28 today for sure. Welcome back, Alistair. Hope you had a nice, lovely long weekend in the Big Apple. Leonard, will I be doing Casa today? Let me have a look. I'm not sure. It's down on the day. It's a 5-minute chart. So the 1 minute. Let me have a look at the 60s. It's held most of its gains from yesterday, I've got to be honest. Now, I was fortunate. I'll get rid of this line here. I was fortunate enough, we caught it early here, so I was able to ride it up yesterday, and we got out before the sell-off. And then I was able to ride it up for power hour here as well. So we got quite a bit out of Casa Systems yesterday. Out of Casa yesterday, but it's down on the day today. It's currently down 8%. So it's not looking overly bullish. On the 5-minute, we do have a high of over $7, so 716. It's high. 16. Morning session high. We got to a. It's not right, is it? 716 it is, yeah. So we got to a high yesterday of trade it at 730, 738. It sold off. That was after hours, just in the after hours. Oh, we traded it a little bit after hours, but not much. I kind of thought that it just wasn't breaking even, costing me on commissions more than anything trading after hours, so I won't be doing that again. I thought, give it a whirl. But yeah, I mean, if it gets over 716, it'll be interesting. Break on to highs 750. 775 is where I'm watching it at the moment. Say, that's what place to watch Casa. $7 first. Amazon, I don't have specific thoughts on Amazon because quite simply, Amazon's too expensive for me to trade. But I could try. I'm actually holding Amazon on a long-term account, but I'm not day trading it. I mean, $3,000 a share. It's just not worth the hassle, because you don't get the volatility with a stock like Amazon. It might move 10-20 cents in a day, but relatively speaking, from a percentage point of view, not huge movements. So Amazon seems to be trading sideways at the moment. Look at the 60 minutes on the SPY. Yeah, it's following the SPY. Pretty much same as the SPY. Amazon today. It's less volume. Am I strictly the question is, am I strictly day trading, or do I look at long-term holds as well? When I'm day trading, I'm day trading. If I'm swing trading, I'm swing trading. And if I'm investing long-term, it's 3 different strategies, but I do all 3. I'm holding my long-term portfolio, whether that be in crypto, whether that be in ETFs, whether that be in the stock portfolio that I'm building. I'll just dollar cost average. I'm not too worried about the intraday movements on my long-term investments. Swing trading, I'm looking for stocks that they've not got the volatility that you're looking for in the day, but they have the potential to move bigger moves over the long term, like kind of 3-4 days or a week or whatever. And I will take. I'm not as big a swing trader as I probably should be, but I will take positions for some swing trades. But the thing is, with swing trading, you want to keep tight stops. You want to put automated stops in there so that you can set your position and walk away. But the majority of my gains come from day trading, and then I just move my gains when I withdraw my gains at the end of each month. I move them into my other pots for either swing or long-term investing. I hope that makes sense for you anyway. Yeah, but I don't know, because with Amazon, it's trading very similar to the SPY right now. So it's not going to move too much. Leonard. Target price of $9. I think it's got potential to get up there, but I'm just going to wait for the intraday momentum, because it's not right now. Casa is on the watch list just for a continuation from yesterday, because if we look at the last couple of weeks, 2 weeks ago we had SBFM, where it popped up on the Monday and we had continuation throughout the week. Last week we had Veru popped up on the Monday and we had we had the sell-off on the Tuesday, and then we had the continuation for the next 2 days. So I'm looking for a potential continuation with Casa and see what happens. Yes, I understand the price target that we've got of $9 there, but to be honest, I need to see it above $7 and stay above there before I can even start thinking about $9. Nserves, it's having a bad day today. And that's the only way you can trade Amazon at the moment if you've got a small account, Coonman, is you need the leverage that you get from options. Otherwise, it's just cost prohibitive. All right, Farhan. Yes, I do trade. I don't often trade post-market, even though I did yesterday. Came back for Power Hour, had the stream going for Power Hour yesterday. And actually, I got quite a lot of followers off that stream, so I might do it a little bit more often just for just to boost the following. But yeah, I trade pre-market when I'll take trades when the setups are there, when we've got the volume to actually take advantage of it. So yes, I do trade pre and post. Hey Rich, I'm not trading options, no. I'll have a look at CMPI for you, Rich. Oh, that's yeah. This is the one. This no, this is an acquisition. This is the top gap, but it's an acquisition. It's not. There's no trade there. CMPI is just an acquisition. Checkmate. Absolutely. Well done, Phil. Good to have you back. I think you're my only contributor from Twitch. The only person that I see that actually comments on my stuff. I get probably 10 to 20 people join the stream from Twitch, but you're the only one that comments. It's not my biggest platform for sure. No, it's not a pump and dump. Rich, it's not a pump and dump. It's an acquisition. So it's gone up there and it'll stay up there. So if you look at the news, Checkmate Pharmaceutical, I'll just pull it up for you actually. You can see here it's being acquired by Regeneron. Checkmate Pharmaceutical's shares are trading higher after Regeneron announced the deal to acquire the company for $10.50. It's just gone straight up to $10.50. Well, about $9 or whatever it is. Yeah, $10.40. It's gone straight up to $10.40 and it'll stay there. That's Checkmate. It's not a pump and dump. It's an acquisition. I've no position on CASA right now. It's underneath the VWAP. I want to see a bit more. Yesterday there wasn't a lot moved. Yesterday, if I'm being completely honest, before the market opened, we saw CASA as it moved up and we got in relatively early. But apart from that, there was nothing else. So CASA is just consolidating at the moment. BBIG, is that still being talked about? Nothing happening there. From an intraday perspective, it's not even barcoding. It doesn't have the volume to barcode. It's 251 at the minute. It's nothing happening. Have a look at the trading sideways. Went down to 230s pre-market yesterday, and it went up to 260s after the open yesterday. So we've got the 30-cent range in 24 hours is very poor. So there's nothing happening with BBIG at all. It's not volatile enough right now. There's not enough volume or volatility in that one to trade it intraday. From a daily, if you look at holding it long term, just because Reddit told you to, I would rethink your strategy. Then is moving up, $130, 7% up on the day. Zendesk, isn't it? Yeah, Zendesk. Why you say that about Zendesk? Do you work for them, or do you know something I don't know? Let me have a look at the earnings reports out next week. All right, okay. So Bloomberg have issued a report indicating the company is working with Catalyst to explore a potential sale. Buy the rumor, sell the news. That's what they always say. So I can see Zendesk potentially moving up. Yeah, good call. Call gains guru. It is on the expensive side, so it's probably not something I will be trading intraday, but and it's not got huge volume. But from a swing point of view, if you want to swing trade it, that could be a good swing based on that rumor. All stocks related to crypto will rise. What's that? Well, today, crypto it's up slightly today. I think most of the cryptos are up. I'm still not where I need to be on my Cardano, but Bitcoin's back over 40. Nice to see. Ethereum's 3,000, and XRP is 77 cents. So even Shiba Inu's having a positive day, marginally positive day today. 12 cents per million. So yeah, crypto could have a good day. Let's keep an eye on it. Well, if Mara's moving, look at Riot. It's a slightly cheaper stock, but it moves exactly the same as Mara. Not seeing them on the scanners yet, so I'm not trading either of them. I mean, I've still got Veru on the scanners here at 11.75 last week. I mean, not actively trading it, but I've still got it on there just for a potential move. Follow my runner, as it were. Hey, NASA. Good morning to you. I think if you look at who was looking at in Servco, ENSF, let's have a look at it, because I think it's sold off quite heavily. No volume yet, but let me just look at it after hours. It had a good day yesterday, and then it sold off quite heavily. Right, let's just look on the 5 minute. This is the 5 minute chart. You see it had a good day yesterday, moved up, and then at the close it consolidated. Then this morning, since the morning session began, it sold off heavily. So we might see that try to make a comeback after the bell. I would, well, this is moving up, but now in Servco could try to go green on the day. I think. Watch for 350. I think 350 is a realistic target for Servco there. Possibly higher. But $4 I think is a little bit out of its reach, depending on the wider movement of the energy sector. But 350 should certainly. It's not a pick. It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't sue me. I was on TikTok for the Power Hour yesterday, Rich. I was on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok yesterday for Power Hour. AMD, from my understanding, and when I've traded AMD, and again, this is it does tend to follow the SPY, and it is doing at the moment. So it's pretty much identical to the SPY at the moment. SPY being the S&P 500. AMD is just following the wider market. Sideways from yesterday, slightly up, like a fraction of a percent. Ranging sideways. Good morning to you. Well, I'll let you know as soon as we start trading something. Just waiting for some action. We're waiting for some movement before we can train. Before we can trade it, Kian. Got Axiom is the only thing really that's moved today, but I'm not really enjoying this chart right now. To be fair, there isn't much of a continues to retrace. Not much of an opportunity. I mean, it's decent catalyst. It's got it's an FDA catalyst. Hopes of an FDA action for depression therapy. Well, you could potentially look for a bottom bounce here. Just a little sell-off, a reversal. Pre-market, I'm not sure that will be very wise. Will Casa reach the $9 price target? Eventually, I would say, yeah. Will it do it today? I'm not so sure. If I go back to Casa, it's not looking the strongest right now on the five. So it's currently 650s, which is kind of where it went up to in this 650 to 685 range was where it found difficulty yesterday before we got into power hour. So 650s it could do. The problem I've got with this is it could do what Veru did last week as well, and that's sell off today. We have a sell off today. Phil, if you're looking at getting that getting that simulator, go for the $150 package, because that's got your level 2. It's got your total view, I think it is. Actually, I'm going to chase DAS up. Just hold that thought, Phil, because I was chasing DAS to see if I could if they would partner with me for the course stuff and give me see if I can get a discount or something for bulk buys or something. So just hold that thought. I'll chase them up after this stream later today. Hey Jack, what indicators do I use the most? Volume weighted average price primarily. If I'm trading intraday, the VWAP is the most valuable to me. It is an intraday trend indicator. If I'm trading longer, if I'm doing swing trades, or I'm looking at more value investing, then I'll use moving averages, likes of the 9, the 20, the 200, that kind of thing. But intraday, the VWAP's probably the most important trend indicator to me. Morning, Michael. I want to see, me to be interested in Casa today, I've got to see it above the VWAP. CZR, Ladybug, we'll have a look for you. It's not volume, I'll say that much first. Well, CZR currently trading at 68.85. It's pretty much break even on the day. It was slightly up, but break even on the day on no volume. Let's have a look at the daily chart. It looks kind of weak on the daily as well. Yeah, it's been selling off since November. It had a pop up in the autumn, in the fall, or whatever, from September to October, and it's been selling off since. But I'm not in love with that particular chart, and it's not been falling at such a rapid rate that I would be comfortable taking a gamble on a reversal either. It's very choppy on the daily. So yeah, that's my thoughts on CZR. Caesars Entertainment. Doesn't look to be set up for a day or a swing trade, and I certainly wouldn't be comfortable taking a long-term view in that myself. But not financial advice, and if you're in it, I hope you're either in it short or it turns around for you. The FRI. What makes you think it's going to go to the moon based on this chart? It's not. No volume at all. I know it did well a couple of weeks ago, but no volume today. Nobody trading it at all today, and it's down from where it was. So I'm not overly optimistic with BFRI, Biofrontera. You look at it on the 60-minute chart, for example, we had this huge pop, sold off for a couple of days, then we had another pop, sold off. So it's not gapping up at all. Let's see if we get some action after the bell, because it needs volume for it to do anything. If we get some volume, you never know. It does have a history of running up. You can see kind of $3 in a single day. Let's look at it on the daily. Yeah, we had these couple of run-ups, like I said, over the last 2 weeks. But there's nothing indicating to me that we're going to see that run up like that today, unless there's a catalyst that's saying otherwise. Not enough volume for us to have a run up like that. The VWAP, VWAP, volume weighted average price on Casa. Have a look. VWAP at the moment is 677. I'll take a fraction of a cent. Mullen's not having a good time at the moment. Mullen Motors. Have a look at the chart for you. You can see there's no range. Not great volume either. Relative volume. I mean, it's got good. Mullen's got good volume. I mean, it's traded 2 million shares already this morning pre-market. But relatively speaking to Mullen Motors, it's not good volume. So it's not got good relative volume. And range is very, very, very poor. It's been, look at, this is the 1 minute chart. So from an intraday perspective, there's not much happening right now that makes me feel good about Mullen Motors. If you look at it on the daily chart, it's been selling off for quite some time, as you can see. So since December, it's been in sell-off mode. We had a bit of a dead cat bounce here, and now it's selling off again. So Mullen Motors isn't looking great. I like that space, though. You know, I do like that sector, but I'm not convinced with Mullen right now. Just because Wall Street Bets and Reddit say it's a good bet, technicals aren't agreeing with them. Say that every day. I get asked about Mullen every single day. Right now, the technicals aren't giving me an indication that Mullen's going to go up. I like the sector, but Mullen isn't looking very strong for me, certainly in the short term. It's not something I would be trading. I wouldn't. It's not strong enough to swing. It's not sold off enough for a bounce. The sector's too strong to short it. So you're kind of in a bit of a limbo with Mullen. No, crypto's not crashing. What makes you think crypto's crashing? We're actually up on the day today. But Bitcoin's up, it's back above $40 again, $40,000 again today. I don't know why you think crypto's crashing. It's in a consolidation. We've got at the moment, crypto's in a range market. It's moving sideways. And the markets are cyclical. The problem with crypto is the market's so very young that people haven't seen this. They're not used to what the cycles are. The cycles are still forming. So get the bear cycle, and then it's followed by a big bull cycle, and then there's consolidation. And to have a range cycle is not common for crypto because we've not had that many cycles in crypto. I mean, what's crypto at the moment as a sector? It's, the whole crypto market's what, 10, 12 years old? Come on. It's not crashing, no. I actually think crypto's in the long term, crypto is going to be a better bet in the next 10 years. So if you're investing now, I think you get better gains from crypto than you will from the SPY in the next 10. But in the long term, in the next kind of 50 years, it'll probably start evening out. You can get crypto ETFs now. Or basically ETFs that are just a bunch of coins or portions of coins from various parts of the crypto sector. You can buy those. You don't actually have to buy the coins. You can avail of the market movements. My dog does nothing but sleep, snore. Oh. Got a lot of mid-cap stocks moving today. Say mid-cap, we're talking mid-price. They're kind of between 30 and $90 a share. Quite a few of those moving. They're not moving at the levels that we get with the small caps percentage wise, but they are moving. So if you're looking at trading the mid cap stocks like Zendesk, for example, it could be a good one to trade. It might get 10-12% on the day, and if you've got enough capital in there, you can get good moves. NDM. I'll have a look at these, what the charts look like right now. But gotta be honest, NDM long term, not looking great. I hope you're not holding bags from kind of $8-9 up with an NDM, because it isn't looking great, and it doesn't have the history of making those kind of moves either. So. Certainly not on an intraday basis. It's not going to move kind of $5, $6, $7 based on its historicals. So an NDM not looking great at all. What's the other one that you're in? Bingo. And similar sort of thing. We've got, this is a bit more volatile. I mean, you can get a $2 move on this, maybe $1.50, $2 maybe, but it's certainly not going to go back up to $8-9 anytime soon. I don't know what levels you're holding those bags, Cynical. If I was you, I'd cut your losses. And see, this is the thing. No, this is not anything against yourself, Cynical. This is just common practice with people who are new traders or new to the market that are not, that they're not trading to any particular strategy or the methodology. They'll buy in on the back of some move. So I don't know, maybe the Cynical bought in to the NGO here around kind of $5, and it gapped up and it was moved up and it moved over $6. Maybe bought that and bought into a lot of the hype that was on social media, how good it was, great stock, and this little pump here. But a lot of people just hodl and this toxic mentality about hold for dear life, don't ever sell. If you never sell, you never lose. That is just the weirdest mentality to have. If you never sell a stock, you've never lost any money. You're still holding the equity. That's how you blow up your account. That's how you lose money. Nobody ever goes broke taking profits, but a lot of people go broke holding something into the ground. So a lot of people do that. They buy it and they think that they'll add it to the portfolio without doing any kind of due diligence for long-term investing. And long-term investing, before you start doing that, I would rather, if you are not sure of what you're doing or you don't know what you're doing in the markets, it's not trying to be insulting or patronizing. Don't pick a stock thinking that it's going to be a diamond in the rough and then just hodl forever. There's people that get paid big bucks for doing that. Just put your money into an ETF and watch it grow incrementally year over year instead. Okay? A lot of people are holding, and the reason that they lose so much money is that they hold on to these losers, and they keep holding on to them. And what they'll do is they'll get to a position like this. They'll get in at like $5 and then move up and think, yeah, I'm in profit. I'm just doing really well, and what they'll then think, rather than taking profits, I'll ride this to the moon, as they say, moon gang and all that kind of stuff. Then it pulls back, and then they get the gap down, and then it pulls back some more, and then it keeps moving. What they do, it gets to about $4, and they say, well, we have this one little rally here. The day that it moves up, it's moving up again. Tell you what I'll do, I'll double down. I'll double my position, and I won't have to move back up to $5. I'll be back in profit at $4.50, and it never gets to $4.50. Then it starts to sell off again. And that's what people do. They double down on the losses, and they end up losing more. So don't be a double down bag holder. If you get into a position, have a max loss, and when it reaches that position, cut it. Don't ever hold bags below whatever your max loss was when you got into the trade in the first place. If it does sell off, you've saved money. If it reverses and starts to rally, you can always get back in. You need to be able to manage your risk that way. I don't think bingo's ever going back up to $8-9. Certainly not in the short term, at least. So Cynical, you got in at $4 on both, but it's a long-term investment. What makes you think they'll ever go back to $4? This is the problem with investing in and I'm not trying to be disparaging to you. You know, it's fine, but a lot of these small caps, they're garbage companies, which is why I keep saying don't get married to these small cap stocks. If you do your due diligence and you think that there is a stock that is a diamond in the rough, and you've got a reason for believing that it will make 4, 5, 6x, then that's great, and you can hold your game, you can hold your position there. But you need to have a loss in place, a max loss in place. If you bought it at $4 and what's it currently trading at? PNGO, you bought it at $4. It's back to the daily. It's currently trading at $1.97. So that's got to get back to $4. It's got to go 100% gains, and the likelihood of it, based on it's never done 100% gains in a month or whatever. So you'd have to have a significant event that to take place. So if you got in at $4 there, what you should have said is, okay, I'm in at $4. I might risk 25%. I might risk 25% of my equity. If it falls below $3, I'm out. And cut your losses at $3. And when it falls below $3, you be disciplined and you cut your loss at $3. Now it's down to 197. It's been down at 150 or whatever. You'd be happy with yourself, thinking, well, look how much more I could have lost. It went down to 150, pumped, and got up to like 290 something or whatever it was. Let's look at it on the weekly. It got up to 283. You might have been thinking then, if you put your losses at 3, 25% loss, put your losses at 3, it would have been saying, okay, maybe this is going to get back up at $3. What I'll do is I'll get back in if it gets above $3, and then I'll ride it back up again. And it never does get back up $3. So then you've proven that you were right to cut your losses. Not every trade is going to go your way. Not every investment is going to go your way. But you need to have a line in the sand, otherwise you could lose everything. No, it's newbie advice, Cynical. It's nothing against you. It's a common mistake a lot of investors, a lot of traders make, is holding on to those loose. And I'm no different. I'm saying it from a place of concern, if you will. I'm trying to help everybody on the stream. Is that you've seen me trading live on stream. When you're in a day trade, intraday trade, it's even worse. If you're doing it long term, if you're swing trading or if you're value investing, you still have to have those stop losses, max losses put in place. You've seen me on an intraday basis because that's what is a bit more exciting from a stream point of view. You see me on an intraday basis, actually trading and holding on to losers too long. So even I do that, and I'm an experienced, profitable trader. So you know, it's human nature not to want to be wrong. So Cynical, you say there that NMDM, for example, the stock is currently at half what it's worth cash value. Okay, so what I would say to that is that it's currently at what it's worth because that's what people are prepared to pay for it. Saying what it could have been or what it might have been before is not what it's worth today because people aren't paying that much for it. That's the thing with an open and equal market is supply and demand. If people aren't demanding stock, it's just going to fall in value. So to say what it's fundamentally worth, it's only ever going to be fundamentally worth what people are prepared to pay for it. Now you can argue that it might be underpriced, but its actual worth is the market value. And I would look for something. I agree with No Name and look for something that certainly I would cash in personally, not financial advice, but I'd look for something that you can actually make money on, because those two are still selling off. And if you keep at one stage, you've got to draw a line in the sand, and then you, even if they rally after you take your money out, if you take your money out and put it into something that's actually making you money, it doesn't matter how much those rally. You can't get bogged down into FOMO because look, you take your money out and you make money somewhere else. Right now, you're losing money. Keep saying, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Just my opinion. But absolutely, Jack. That's why I keep saying the majority, not all, but the majority of the stocks that I trade intraday are garbage stocks, and in particular within the pharma sector or bioscience, is that they will pump on a particular day, and then they will sell off a few days later, and they'll go back to the same value they were before they pumped, if not lower in some cases. So if you get the news with these smaller cap stocks a lot of these smaller cap stocks are not worth investing long term. You trade them intraday, you get them on a swing trade over a couple of days. If you want to invest long term, go for stable stocks. Go for stocks that are listed on the S&P 500. Tesla, for example. You know, you could buy 5 shares of Tesla for $5,000 or whatever it is, and you'll make more money but putting your $5,000 into Tesla than you will distributing your $5,000 across a lot of these stocks long term. You might see Neuroscience gaps up and moves 750% on. That's a good point. Neuroscience. Let's have a look at this one. Neuroscience. This is a perfect example of it, and it illustrates exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so Neuroscience, we traded this a couple of weeks ago. So Neuroscience moved up, and it moved up 750% on the day. On this particular day, it went from 130 up to 818 at the top end. Okay, on the day. So if you traded it intraday like I did, you could make profits on it. You can make some really good gains on it. But if you get this, and let's say you're getting it at $3, and you buy it at $3 on the way up, and you decide, okay, I'm putting $5,000 into Neuroscience at $3, or $3,000 into Neuroscience. I'm buying 1,000 shares. That's $3,000 at Neuroscience, and it goes up to 8. You're looking at the end of the day. You're looking, or the end of that week or whatever it is, the end of that day. You're looking at your gains there, and it's 818. So you've almost tripled your money. You're thinking, great. And then guess what? A week later, 2 weeks later, it's down at $2.50. It's now trading at $2. So despite the fact that it moved up 750% on the day, it never held its gains. And that's the problem with a lot of these penny stocks, a lot of these low cap stocks. You can make really good gains intraday with them, but if you get married to them, you're going to lose in the long term. Yeah, cynical. That's great. I mean, hopeful that when it's on, when the risk's on again, it'll shoot back up past $15. And you know, if you can afford to lose that money, great. Just forget about it. If it goes back up to $15 one day, you know, happy days. But the likelihood is you either take it out and reinvest it in two options open to you. You take it out and reinvest it, or you're just living in dreams. And maybe it will shoot up one day, but it's just living in hope. That's not a strategy. You're never going to make money with a strategy like that. You may as well just take your money out and buy scratches at the post office. You know, buy a bunch of scratch cards or lottery tickets. It's you've got the similar likelihood to make money off it. Well, if you're short based on agreements are usually it can be a short. What I would wait for it to top out first. AXSM right now, this pumped up to, what are we looking at? 46.78, 46.80. Currently trading at 47.67. It was under 33 yesterday, so it's not retraced 50% of its gains yet. And that's where I would say if it retraces 50% and it's looking weak, then short it. That's my own personal opinion. That's my own strategy with that one. But if it retraces 50%, 40, 35, 40%, there's a chance that pre-market, the chance that when the bell rings and the volume floods in, it's going to make another pump based on that FDA news. So wait for confirmation that it is selling off again. I don't think that it is going to hold the gains long term, but it might pump back up. It might get back up to 45, 44 or whatever. Just be careful with the short. If you're going to trade options with this and you're taking puts, put them out don't take them for the end of this week. Take them give them a bit of time to do that, because if it does move up, you want it to move, time for it to move back down again. It's from an intraday trade. The daily doesn't matter, so it is a downtrend, and it was up at 47.50 almost at the beginning of the month, and it's been selling off. But it's not going to sell off forever, you know. So you can get those exhaustive bounces, turnaround bounce. It went down to what, 32.50 yesterday. What it was, I think. Yeah, 32.70 is what it closed at yesterday. So the fact that it's up at 41 on the basis of this catalyst. Now, if it was up at 41 without the catalyst, I would be saying, hang on a minute, this is not normal. It's probably going to sell off again. So what I would do is I would wait to see how the market reacts to this at the open before taking a position on it. Well, I don't see it holding these gains long term. I'm looking at it from the daily, up and down quite some time, since all year. I mean, it had that huge gap back in August last year where it just hemorrhaged overnight. Kind of looking at the historicals of AXSM, and I mean, we've look at it on Trading View. We'll get more information. Had this huge last August when they released earnings, and it gapped down a huge amount, kind of from 51.16 all the way down to it dropped $20 overnight last August. So this has a history of being quite volatile, and it did make a run up from 32 to $10 run up back in October last year as well. So this could quite easily run up. It is a volatile stock for sure. Morning, Diane. How you doing? How are you? Not got a lot of movement just yet. Oh, you're wondering why I'm not trading? That's why the scanners are just not setting up. There's no stock setting up for a trade right now. Although AXSM is looking to test the VWAP again, so which is currently at $42. For me to trade it, it needs to get over the VWAP. So I've got half an hour to the bell. Yeah, there's no trade with BFRI. Show you the chart. Rich, that's your 1 minute chart. There's no volume at all. That's your 5 minute chart. No volume at all. It's 3.5% up on the day, so it's not even gapping up that much, but there's just no volume at all. There's nobody trading it. If I look at it on the daily, it's had these little spike last week that I think we traded it a little bit last week with a little bit of a spike, but no, there's nothing there with BFRI. Whoever said it's moving, it's not. The daily's not looking very strong either. We had a couple of volatile days over the last week or so, but overall, it just doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence right now. It's nice. Thank you for sharing that with us, Super Chain Link. Feeling that Super Chain Link's one of those bots that keeps joining my adding comments to my videos that, you know, such and such a person is the best trader ever. They made me $1,000 in 5 minutes. Check them out. Like, why are you shilling for them then? Why are you not just making your thousands of dollars every 5 minutes? Weirdo. They're so effective that you're having to shill for them. Just bots that people have paid for. Asset at 690. Where's it at the moment? Let me have a quick look at the chart. Right, okay, Rich. You took 400 shares at 690. Where was your stop? I'm going to let you work this one out. So where was your stop when you looked at? I don't know at what point you took 690. So when was it at 690? It would have been up here. You probably took it at here for the break of the VWAP. Where was your stop? So why are you still holding it? If you're oh right, okay. So why are you still holding it? That's the question. If you took shares at 690 and you had a stop at 670, why are you still holding it? You've answered your own question there. Now 650. I'm not trying to be a douche or anything, but the logic is there. Is that as you get into your trade, you should have a plan. And I say this to everybody. I say it on the course that have a plan before you enter the trade. Have your profit targets. Have your stop loss. You want to be working with a risk versus reward ratio that's in your favor, and stick to it. You plan your trade ahead of taking it, and once you're in the trade, you trade that plan. And if it goes against you, you get out when it hits your stop loss, and it's painful. And I get that. And this is the emotional part to trading, is that we don't want to be wrong. We don't want to be wrong at all. And this goes back to the one earlier with NNDM and holding long term, thinking that they're going to bounce, and they're not. You know, if they do bounce in the future, it's got nothing to do with the fact that you're holding it. It's to do with completely new catalysts that come out. And maybe there's something happens with that company that makes it profitable again, or a good investment again. But if you've got a plan and you're getting in, and there's a reason you're getting in, whether it's a swing trade, whether it's an intraday trade, whether it's long term, you have your plan and you stick to it. There's a reason why you have your plan in the first place, and there's a logic. There should be a logic behind that plan. And if your logic is, okay, well, there's a pattern forming here. From my own personal point of view, I see a pattern across the day in terms of the price action. There's a pattern forming here, and I'm expecting a breakout at price X. So I will place an order at price X, and that's where I'll buy in. And maybe it goes up there and then fakes me out. At which point I've got to stop maybe 10 cents, 20 cents below that. And if it then pulls back and stops me out, I've lost money. And that's okay. Because if it continues to pull back, I've actually not lost money, I've saved money. And that's the mentality you need to have. If it then moves back to the upside, I can always get back in. There's always going to be another trade. There's always going to be another stock. You know, don't worry about missing out on a move and holding a loser too long because you feel you might miss out on the move to the upside. The truth is, if you're trading your plan right, and this comes with time and this comes with practice, you'll be able to gauge what kind of stop to put in place. And if you trade your plan right, it's not going to hit that stop. If it does, then it's going to sell off. This is from a long bias point of view. The inverse is true if you're a short biased trader. But if it hits that stop, if you put your stop in the right place, it might pull back and consolidate to that level, but it won't break that level because you put your stop either at support or just below support. So that this is something that you need to factor in when you're putting your stop. You might be 20 cents, but if you're getting into if I'm looking at CASA right now on this chart, for example, and I say, okay, this is starting to move up now, and I'll get in at 653. I'll put my stop at 649 because I've got support at 650. So it might bounce on that 650. It might dip slightly below, but if it goes below 649, I'm getting out. Now I can get stopped out and it moves up, like in this particular case. But on the whole, here for example, first candle to make a new high. We've got this bounce here, and first candle to make a new high. So I would have got in here at 654. 654, and I would have my stop at 650 because we've got the resistance level there. I might say, okay, I'm moving up here or whatever. I'm getting in here, first candle to make a new high. So I'm getting in at 660, and I'll still put my stop at 650 because that's where the support level is. So that's what and if it drops down below that, then we get out and you take your profit, and you want a profit versus risk ratio in your favor. So you can look at where the support levels are. If, for example, the support is 10 cents away, that's where you put your stop. You want your target to be 20 cents away or 30 cents away, depending on whatever ratio you're trying to achieve. So, 2-to-1 ratio. Absolutely, Alistair. You've been listening. You're gas rich. Now you're trying to justify holding on to a loser. And I've done that so many times. And sometimes it's gone for me. But if you're asking somebody, should you get out because you're twice now below the stop loss. So you had a 20-cent stop loss, and now you're 40 cents down. Actually, you're 50 cents down. So you should have got out. You're holding. That's what holding bags are. But it's human psychology is that we take a position and we think we're right. We want to be right. We don't like being wrong. So when it goes against us, we try and justify holding a bit longer because in our mind, we've already justified that I was right to take that position. And the position, if I was right to take that position, it's going to go for me because I was right. And to actually accept that we're wrong, it's totally against human nature. We don't like to be wrong. It is setting higher lows, Rich. It's setting lower lows. So the higher lows. If you look at the 5-minute here, right? Okay. So we've got the lows down here of 647 on the 5-minute. We're now at 635. So where's your higher lows gone? Yes, we moved back up to kind of got rejected at 716 or whatever it was, but it's selling off. It's not looking great right now, Rich. Let's just scale. If I look at the NASA volume, 5 minutes. Yeah, it's just scale on the volume. TradingView versus DAS, it's just a different scale. That's all. Well, there you go. You've sold. You've made some money. If it gets back above 650 and sets up for a nice entry, you can get back in. It's not a problem. And you've got to be okay with that, Rich. Taking the L is okay. It's part of the process. Everybody wants to be right 100% of the time. But if you're right, what you've just done there, Rich, is you've just screwed up your risk reward ratio on that trade. Because you got in at 690, you had a 20-cent stop or 670. So realistically, you were looking for 730. For absolutely, but you were looking for 730 as your profit. So by getting out at 650 or 645 or whatever it is you got out, the whole risk rewards got screwed up on that particular trade. So what you end up finding out is that if you accept that you're going to be wrong half the time, and as a beginner trader, as a new trader or inexperienced trader, you're going to be wrong half the time. You might even be wrong 2/3 of the time. So it's important that if you're going to be wrong half the time and accept the fact that you're going to be wrong half the time, you need a good risk versus reward. So if you're wrong half the time, but your risk versus reward is a 2-to-1 ratio, you're going to still be making money. You're still going to be profitable. You can afford to be wrong half the time, and you'll still be profitable. So just bear that in mind, is that it's okay to take the L, because in the long run, you'll still be profitable. ISPO, is that back on the radar, is it? I've not seen it. 5% up, 5% gapper, low volume. Not much of a trade there. Really, nothing going on. Intraday, nothing going on with that one. ATER's having a bit of another go today. Put that on the watch list. Just going green on the day. ATER. Fairly consistent in terms of its gains this last while. Did get up 664 last week. Interesting a little bit later. It's absolutely 100% psychological, that, Rich. It absolutely is. You're spot on. It's not physiological, it's psychological. The MCB. It moving. I just popped up. Why did it pop up? Have a quick look. It's currently 23% up on the day. Or here's the catalyst. This is results for its pancreatic cancer clinical trial results. Oh, Pharmasite Biotech announces more positive test results for its pancreatic cancer clinical trial product candidate to satisfy FDA requirements. Okay, so this could be one to watch. The PMCB, I'll pop that on the watch list for if it gets over $3. Used to be over $3 for me to trade it, that's why. But it doesn't need to be, but Never play with it. Never bet against Elon. That's what I would say. Metronym. Metronicon. Something annoyed you? Come on, guys, get me over 2,000 likes on the stream. Let's get before the bell rings. We're currently 1,100 likes. We've got 60 odd people in the stream. Everybody, give it 10 taps. Let's get over 2,000 before the bell rings. Michelle, okay, I'll try and remember Michelle instead. This ISPO was what you were saying. This is pulling back a little bit, so I'm glad I didn't even try to jump on this one because it's pulling back way too much. Haters green on the day now. Okay. This candle to make a new high. A little bit of a pullback here, so $75. Nearly there, guys. Zoom in to see the action. 75 is the high. 75 is the next entry. It's a continuation. It's been moving fairly well for the last couple of days, and it tends to move up out of the blocks and then sell off. Yesterday it moved up out of the blocks, consolidated, then moved up. And consolidating in the out of hours session. Now it's trying to move up again. So there's no new catalyst. It's just a continuation. Yeah, I've got the best trading stream on TikTok, Rich. Best people here. All like the idiots, and we know nobody knows everything, so we're trying to help each other along. I'm trying to build a nice little trading community here. Missed it. 668 was the entry there. Busy reading the chart. $668 was there. Well, this bull flag, this candle made a new high. 668 was where we should have got in. So 10-cent target 678. Take a starter at 673. So I can get a 5-cent move off it instead of a 10-cent. Oh, about 10 cents after all. Happy days. We'll just set stop at, not set stop it. Break even on the rest. Only 60 bucks, but it's just a start. Hope you got that bull flag, my Alistair. Spot that bull flag then on the 1 minute. I'm looking for add. Add at 686. Wait for the next point to add. Bit of a cushion here that we can to our advantage. Absolutely, Michael. Used to be made up for 60 bucks a day. At McDonald's, I used to take the overtime shift in the evening, the close, just to make that amount. That was many years ago as well. I'm my age now. So, see how far this pulls back. Let's add. Six. No problem at all, that's what I do. Five minutes to the bell. That's it. ATER, one that's now on the momentum scanner. It's obviously, but still not the top scanner. That's still not the top gapper. That's still at AXM. That's been moving sideways for the last hour or so. And we're getting a consolidation right now. We're going to pull back. Good entry would be 686 after the next candle to make high, because the high of this hammer candle here is 65, which is why I just added to my position. But It will be if it breaks out. Are you spotting it, Farron? Looking for the next candle to make a new high as your entry, so which will be 685. Into the 2 minutes to the open, so don't really want to hold it below. Oh. Expecting that bounce. Okay, well, the volume's coming in now. Didn't get the follow through on the volume. Okay. Added and then started to stall. Got 2 cents. But bell's about to ring. Nice. Stops now. $3,000, 3,000 shares we're in at the moment. Taking a little bit of profit, so we're 100 bucks up on the, 160, 170 bucks up on the day at the minute. And we just got stopped out. That's pull back. At the high, got $7, 704. So very close together. $1 level is really what I want to see it breaking. Okay, so we've got ATA moving. I'll move the, whilst I'm not in the trade now, I will change the scanners over to the regular market. Right, got $7. I'll the larger size. 690. We're just testing that whole dollar of $7 again. Got 10,000 shares. Okay, nice, $800. Still got 5,000 shares in there. Paid $800 on that one. Stop it. I keep, well, put it. 97 up. Back too far. Got me out. A little bit of a profit. Okay, so we got stopped out there. Oh, not bad. 798 is 785 is the profit so far. Peru made a nice little move up. Look at that. What else is moving? Last 15 minutes. Indonesian energy. Not gonna try that just now. It's not a huge volume. 8 is where the volume is right now. Peru's moving nicely. Casa. Casa's still selling off. Oh, Rich. Casa is down at under 620 now. No, the fees aren't any different if you use a fixed stop or a mental stop, because all you're doing is you get charged per transaction. You get charged whether it's on a per share basis or whether it's actually per the actual execution. It doesn't matter whether it's an automated execution or whether it's a manual execution. You get charged the same amount. Peru's looking very strong. Look at Peru. Peru's looking strong. Break these highs. 710. We just took 10,000 shares quickly for a 10-cent move with ATA, and then we just adjust our stop to a little over break even. Continues to move up. Great. We can ride it now with 5,000 shares. Took half of our position off at 20. There we go. It gets stopped out. We made a couple of quid on the stop. Pulls back, and that's risk management. Absolutely, yeah, Rich. Yeah, the bank manager will be saying that your casa is definitely his casa. Veru's looking nice. We're getting a nice little flag set up here. So what's the high of that flag? Is 12.35. 12.36 is a potential entry point there. Getting the bounce on 7 from ATA. And this is why I have when I had my TikTok set up the other way, you saw on one of my screens I have my eight different tickers in graph format. This is why I have it, so I can actually watch multiple tickers at the same time before I enter a trade. I can decide which one I want, so I can flip between ATA and Veru here right now. A potential bull flag setup on Veru on the 1 minute. ATA is consolidating above, holding $7 as support, so they're both looking very good to me in terms of potential trades. We're already over $1,000 today. And it's not even 10 minutes into the market. That's as far as I'm concerned, that's a win. We're not even 10 minutes into the market and we've already made $1,000. Now, I'm not trying to get cocky because I can quite easily give that back in one simple move, but getting a bit of a sell-off here. So ATA's selling off, Veru's selling off, Casa's continuing to sell off, the SPY's selling off, the Nasdaq's selling off, the Russell's selling off. We're getting a little bit of a sell-off. Pressed the wrong button then to get into Veru for this bull flag, and I'm glad I didn't because it got rejected. They're at 25 cents, so ATA. Not seeing it on the scanner. Take a look at it for you though if you want in a moment. So that's the right ticker, Jack? Steady gains, and we get out. So we're back over $1,000. We're losing money on Veru. Yeah, yes, you can. Very easy, Jack. Are you looking at the scanners now? I think you should be able to see it on TikTok. Next to on the Benzinga, you've got the volume today, and you've got the average volume over the last 3 months. To get the relative volume, divide one by the other. Very simple. If you want the relative volume of have a look. ATA, for example, 20 million shares traded today. Average shares traded is 14.4. So at the moment it's 4-3. So it's higher relative volume. It's not quite 2-1 yet, but it's 3-1 or whatever it is. It's in ATA at the moment. $7 is important today for ATA, I think. Lower volume, but offer at 7.10. Set the stop at break even there. 2,500 shares. It's not as strong as I would have liked it to have been. The SPY's having a good day, moving up nicely, as is the Nasdaq, as is the Russell. That just stopped us out there, so we're doing okay. STSS. Yeah, that's up 25% in the last few minutes. That's 90% on the day. The reason for it, Sharps Technology. This is a lovely little setup on the bull flag. What's the next? The 36, 37. We didn't get the bull flag breakout there unless it comes in now. Expecting a lot of volume to come in and push that up towards 350s. Okay. Giving it 5 cents there. Kind of half the profits. Got faked out on that little breakout there, but reason for it. The one. Dutch Technology shares trading up, insider trading. That's what I called that earlier, actually. Called that out on my Discord earlier. Volume coming in. What else is there? Called this out on my Discord for a bottom bounce, and look at it. Oh, nicely. Wouldn't call that a crash. It's only kind of $5. sold off at the end of last week. It's not exactly a crash. It's been fairly stagnant since then. Fairly just consolidated. It'll move back up. Apple's very strong. I can't see that. Looking at it on 60 minutes. So on Thursday last week, it sold off. I wouldn't call this a crash. Like I say, it's a sell-off. It's not a crash. It's $5. Crash will be losing crash is what Facebook did a couple of weeks ago. Look at it on the daily. You know, it's higher price than it was back in middle of March. So it's the same price as it was on March the 18th. So it's not exactly a crash with Apple. It's just had a bad day. If you look at Facebook though, Meta, look at it on, just zoom out on that's a crash. Go from kind of 330 to 230, that's a crash. I'm not too worried about Apple. USMJ, look. Look at those in a minute, Craig. % risk is the VWAP and the whole dollar level there, $3, making that a very psychological strong level, and it's been confirmed as a support level. Well, I'm only risking 10 cents on. I've gone in big size. Risking 2.5K. You know what you stand to lose and what you stand to gain. And to find the sell-off moves very often are bigger than the rally moves, because fear is a much stronger emotion than greed. Remember that one. Where do you get your Discord? It's you sign up for the course. I wanted 20, didn't quite get there. 19. Got profits in. Fine. Move up. Above 20. Still big size. 15,000 shares in this at the minute. Good size. This moves back up to retest the highs with 15,000 shares. Nice little killing. Nothing happening with BFRI when I last looked, Rich. Has it changed? Got out for break even on that one. So yeah, we're profitable on this one for the day. We'll have a look at the what was it I was looking for now? USMJ. USML doesn't. Got the ticker right there. Craig. Got those tickers right? Goes up on my trading view. Those are. I'm not pulling up OTC. I don't subscribe to the OTC. I deliberately don't subscribe to the OTC markets. So USMJ is like 0.0006 cents right now. Those are OTC markets. I don't deal with those. The FRI went up to 430. Got a 50-cent move today. Not a huge range on BFRI right now, and it's not huge volume either. It's 500,000 shares traded today, so it's not huge. Not a lot happening with it. Like I said before, I don't feel comfortable trading that one. Okay, I'll go back to data. Because they're sold off. Got this high with Axiom. Opening high of 41.50. I've got to trade that. See this above $7. 25 is the high of that. We've been at it half an hour, guys. $1,700 to the good. Happy days. 1,735 to be precise. Right, what else is moving? Arts. Or volume. Right, volume either. And serve. It's a volume, but very choppy on the 5 minute. Careful with that one. Hold. Second, I'm just going to get. Better. Nice and warm. Okay, guys. I'm back. Back at it. Right. Let's have a look at Casa, because I think that might make a red to green. That's the 1 minute. Let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah. The shoulders here, so lopsided head and shoulders there. First head and shoulders. Up. $6.25. That's your neckline. Wait for that to break the view up. Excellent. $350 is the target. This is the one you're watching. Pull back there. See this break 350. This is the level that I'm looking at. 350. This IPO. Yeah, so it's a recent IPO. This very recent IPO from last Thursday. Afternoon, Mr. MC. Right. Pollinating sideways at the minute. 350 is the magic number for that one to go. Veru's doing a bit of a turnaround. Massa's trying to turn around. 325 still the target for that. Data's very choppy at the minute. Very choppy. Okay, guys. What I would say is, if you're wondering, this is my face. This is my stream that you can see here. This is my face. If you actually go into my profile, you'll get this little link. There's a couple of pointing fingers to the link. You're on the mobile. Click on the link, and you'll get to my link tree. Those of you wondering how I find stocks to trade, the stocks that I trade on a daily, these here are the scanners that I'm using. But if you go onto YouTube or Twitch, you see a lot more. I've got news, I've got alerts, I've got all kinds of things that I get. This is Benzinga Pro. Okay, this is Benzinga Pro. The Benzinga Pro is here. You can just go into Benzinga and you can get a 14-day free trial, and this gives you that you can set it up, and this will give you the stocks, the alerts, the scanners that I use every single day. It's free to trial it. You get 14 days for free. You don't even need a credit card. There's 3 subscription packages after the 14 days, but you don't have to take any of them. And that might cost me about 150 bucks, 170 bucks a month, I think it is, for the one that I recommend anyway. And that's the scanners that I use. Okay. Top link here. This is my dedicated course that I created specifically for you guys on this stream, specifically for you guys to learn how to trade the way I trade with my methodologies, my strategy. The 3 reasons people lose money, and people do lose money in the markets. The 3 main reasons is the first one, and the biggest one, is the approach the market with a gambling mindset. If you approach the market with a gambling mindset, you're going to lose money. Simple. This is not a casino. If you treat it like a casino, it will treat you like a punter, and it will take your money. The market has no account for your feelings. But just be careful when you're putting money in the markets. Only risk what you're prepared to lose, because everybody loses money. It's just a case of how much money you can lose. Okay, you want to be making more money than you lose. I have red days, and for this month, for example, I'm still starting today. I'm still kind of $10,000 down on where I started the month. I'm hoping that by the end of this week, we'll be on green on the month, and I can start counting profits into the end of the month, so that I'll have a wage this month. But this is the course. I'll teach you how to trade the markets. I'll teach you about all the major concepts, technical analysis, pattern recognition, charting. All of that gets covered. Risk management is one of the key areas of trading, and I give you some of the concepts and ideas around risk management. There's the psychological element of trading, trade management, having a business plan around trading as well. All of that's in there. There's a swing trading section at the moment. This is all one course at the moment, part of one course, but as it gets busy, I'm going to break these out. So get in now, you get both of these courses. But as I add more to the swing trading section, and options will be going into the swing trading section, so that will become a separate course on its own, and I'll break them out again. So, sign up now, you get the benefit of both. It's 150 bucks a month, and I'll teach you personally. You get access to me, and someone asked me earlier, where do they get access to the Discord? It's a private Discord for Day Trade with Tony students. So you get access to the Discord, you get access to a private Facebook group. We're building a community based on this stream as well. So, you can subscribe in for a longer term. If you keep scrolling down, you'll get my P&L for 3 months. I'll be adding 3 more months at the end of this month. Shows my TraderView journal. So all my statistics in terms of ratios and things like that. And then my actual broker reports here that's showing that how profitable I am. So I'm not hiding anything from you guys. As you know, I'm as transparent as I possibly can. That's all in the link tree here. So going back to, if you go to my profile, the link, click on the link, it brings you to the link tree, and this is it. Now, for those of you wondering what's the platform that I'm trading with, I'm trading with Dash Trader. So Dash Trader is here. This is Dash Trader. I do my charting, in-depth charting and analysis on TradingView. It's a free tool. Use it if you can. And I do my journaling. I just mentioned the journaling there. You can get it's a freemium service on the journaling. I actually subscribe to this because I'm an active trader, but I think you can get 100 trades free per month or something along those lines. I have to double check that because I pay for mine. I don't know what the freemium version is. If you want to use a funded account, TradeNet, there's one for crypto and one for stocks. You put some money in and they will put some money in. They will give you a funded account up to $80,000 of buying power, and you put $2,700 in. Or there's a smaller account that give you $14,000 of buying power. You put $350 in, and they will match it in terms of the risk. So check those out. But yeah, if you want to learn how to trade, first link, that's my course. If you want to find stocks to trade and you want to get alerts on stocks to trade, so people asking for signals and alerts and things, this is what Benzinga does. You don't have to pay for someone in a Discord. Go and do it. Learn how to do it with Benzinga. This is real time as well. Okay. And I will just get rid of this. You guys. So we're trading sideways now. 45 minutes. I'm thinking that that's what the market's giving me. 45 minutes. See what if there's anything else comes up in the next 15 minutes. Got the door open so the dog can come. But have the door open. Thought it's a nice day, but it's becoming overcast. It's getting a bit chilly, so I put my jacket on. Anything you guys want to see? Peru's just got green on the day, which is interesting. Cass has passed that. Casa got past that 625 level that I mentioned. I was trying to do a red to green move. See a bit more volume in that one before I really get involved. Peru now trying to move up. STS just moving sideways at the moment. Neo, I can have a look at Neo for you, Michelle. Neo's just break even on the day. Had a bit of a sell-off, so I'll put it on the 5-minute chart. You can see it better. So it was consolidating sideways pre-market. It's not doing much else. It's had a bit of a sell-off in the first 10 minutes, and then it's tried to rally since then. So a break even on the day at the minute, 1912s. I think if you buy calls on Neo, I think the end of this month, $20 calls will be probably get them for a decent price. I was trading options with Neo. That's what I'd do. I'd do $20 calls at the end of this month, where it's bouncing. It's had a couple of sell-off days, but it's looking like it might move up towards $20 by the next week or so. What's a call? It's options. So a call, you've got two options contracts or binary options. You've got two things that you can do. You can buy puts, which is the equivalent of buying the option to go short, or you can buy calls, which is the equivalent to buying the option to go long. Now, essentially what it is, it's a discounted way of, they don't affect the price because you're not actually buying the stock itself. But when you exercise those options, that can have a knock-on effect to the price. So that's a big thing with options. And what it does is a contract basically gives you the ability to buy, or it gives you the option to buy at a set price. So if you buy a call contract with NEO for $20 and you date it at the end of April, then they might charge you say a dollar a share for that, so a premium of say a dollar, so that where you are then able to buy for that premium, you're able to buy at $20 a share before the end of April. That's the call. So when it gets to $21 or $22 or whatever it is, then you can still buy at $20 a share, and it's only cost you a dollar's premium. It probably isn't even a dollar's premium, but it's only cost you a dollar premium. But they come in contract sizes of like 100 at a time, so you're getting 100x leverage on that. So it's a way of making a small account go a little bit further, but it is a lot riskier because options contracts, if you don't get them in the money, they can expire worthless. You can lose everything. Or at least when you buy the stock, even if NEO drops 10 points, you've still got half your money left over. You can act on the option. Yeah, you don't have to. It's not obligatory. So options are a little bit more complicated, but you don't have to act on the contract on the option jack. So you can take advantage of the options contract and sell it for the difference. So if you've got 100, you've got the option to buy 100 shares at $20, and you've bought that for like $300 or whatever it is, then when it gets to $21, you've made $100 on it, and you can just sell the contract there and then. So you could get 25% on a 5% move. You can make a 25% gain on effectively a 5% move on NEO. It's just another way of leveraging your money, slightly different way. And there's a whole different way of there's a whole bunch of different strategies that you can use with options. And for those of you that are on the Trade with Tony course, I'll be loading up a more. I know there's an introduction to options, but I'll be going more in depth with options and doing a couple of hours on swinging options. So watch for that. I'll probably be doing that this coming weekend and loading that up this coming weekend. But NEO's looking good. 1932s. Good today, Michelle. Absolutely. Well, you know what you stand to lose with coach. It's closer. I would say it's closer akin to gambling, because you put your money in, and then you're hoping for it to go in your way. And if it doesn't, it can be worthless. You sell the contract, of course, for less. You get the theta decay and stuff, but it could end up being worthless. Theta. $7. Hello, you. Take your donut off, and if you start biting, it's going back on, okay? We don't like that donut. Don't get too close to the tripod, because you'll knock it over. You're clumsy. What was the trade on ATA? I've been trading ATA pretty much all morning, so I'll show you I was trading ATA. See all the action there. So I started pre-market, and this is the 5-minute chart. Started pre-market, got profitable pre-market, and we've been trading it pretty much all day. moved up out of the blocks. We took some profit, some more off up here. So five-minute chart. See, it's consolidating. It's coiling around that $7 level. So we really want to see it 705s up of that $7 range, above 705, and we can, with a bit of volume, and take a run. Maybe. Axiom or the VWAP. TSS is right on the VWAP. Making a trade here, 315, got very tight risk. 308 is the VWAP, but we're just looking for it to move up, so we're effectively giving it 7 cents. Very tight risk here. Got the candle to make a new high here, which is the entry signal. That's why we got in. We're getting a bit of volume to come in. We're looking for a 10-cent move, 325. $22. 4. Didn't quite make 325. Get it this time. Oh, I'll just take some profit off there and I'll rest in at break even. That's the advantage. So we've made profit on this one as well. So MetaTrader or TradingView? I prefer TradingView to MetaTrader. I don't like MetaTrader, but this is Dash Trader, so this is neither of those. But if you were asking, do I MetaTrader or TradingView? I would say TradingView. TradingView is a great charting platform. It really is. So still 1,500 shares in at this one. Our stop is just over break even now, in case we get a bit of slippage. Just managing risk. That's all we're trying to do here. So I just we had the target of 3. We had a 10 cent target. We had a 7 cent risk, 10 cent target is what we were looking for on this particular move. The break at the entry was the first, based on the bounce off the VWAP. First candle to make a new high, which was here. We got in at 315. We took profits at 325. Put 2,500 shares. Took 1,000 off at 325, and we've just moved our stop to a little over break even. Our stop now is 316, which our buy price is 350. So a bit of room to move up. You know, and if you're enjoying what you see, I can teach you how to do this. I do charge for the privilege of me teaching you how to do this, but I can teach you how. looking for some volume, decent volume on the momentum scans. But at the moment, it's not exactly what I would call a hot market at the moment. We've got a whole bunch of stocks moving, and they all move, but we're probably getting one, maybe two stocks a week that are really parabolic. And if I go back to this time last year, we were getting probably 5 or 6 that were having parabolic moves. So it was so much easier to make money and make good money last year than it was this year. And so I'm behind on my goal. I set myself a goal at the beginning of the year to make an average of $5,000 a day, and not there yet, but let's stop up to 20. It's difficult to answer that one, Trex. The simple answer is that the amount of content that's in the day trading content is about 17 hours of lectures. There's quiz and exam, but to actually digest that, let's just say you watch each lecture twice, which I would have done for to learn it, for example. If you watch each lecture twice, that's 34 hours. So I would say that you're gonna at least need a month to learn it all. Oh, I'm still in. 1,000 shares in yet. Not good. Way too far. Yeah, so thought I was out of that when it stopped, but still had 1,000 shares in. We just took a bit of my profits off. I do have there's an annual membership option. There's a 3-month option. There's economies of scale. So you go for a longer option, obviously you get it longer. So there is an annual membership. There's a quarterly membership, and there's a monthly membership. You get access to all the content in a month. You can go through it in a month. Will you learn it all? Will you digest it all in a month? That's one of the other guys on the course that are doing it. There's a lot to take on board. You can, but I think what's more important is you want to give yourself a bit of leeway to practice the methodologies and practice the strategies in a simulator, for example. And it's probably going to take you 3 months to get the muscle memory down pat and the pattern recognition, the breakout identification, all that kind of stuff. Now, that's not to say that you have to subscribe for 3 months, absolutely not. But practicing before you put money in the market, I would say it's going to take you at least 3 months. At least 3 months. It took me 6 or 7 months before I started to become profitable. But granted, I didn't have the fast forward of someone mapping it out for me like I've done for you guys. But if you follow the methodologies, which is what I use, then you're getting a leg up, basically. It's still down to you. You still have to have the discipline. And, you know, we had the conversation today with one of the guys in the chat, in the stream, that he's done exactly that. mapped out a trade plan. He's got his stop loss, and then he's just not executed against it. So he had a stop loss 20 cents down, and he was still holding at 50 cents down. So that's not necessarily a slant against him. That's just human nature, that we don't like to be wrong. And it's a discipline thing that you have to get on top. So the psychological element of trading is something that I can't give you. I can help you with it. I can't give that to you. That's just something that you have to, it comes with practice. But you have to be disciplined with it. If you think you're going to get rich overnight with it, it's the wrong mentality. Anybody that gets into day trading for Lambo money, wrong mentality. Go and buy a couple of obscure cryptos and pray that they moon. But that's the gambling mindset. If you're really considering trading as an income stream, a genuine income stream, whether it's your primary income stream or whether it's a side hustle, then I do recommend it. But don't put any money in the markets that you're not prepared to lose. Well, there you go, Trex. That's even better. So, start small with the emotion piece anyway. But if you're rich, you can donate as much as money as you want to me. I have my nest egg, but I wouldn't say that I was rich. Not yet, at least. That's the aim, at least. All the markets are looking good today. All green. The Nasdaq's green, the Russell's green, the S&P's green, and Nasdaq's having a good day. Russell's having a very good day. Russell index is the index of small cap stocks. I didn't have the stop in. I added to the position, but I didn't adjust my stop, Jack. So it stopped. So I had 3,500 shares in there. Stop was for 2,500, and it meant that I was left with another 1,000. So it was my bad. I just made a bit of a mistake. So this one was where the stop executed, and I had the other 1,000, and I wasn't paying attention. So I just, hindsight, I probably should have held and just put it if it broke the VWAP. Should have bought it. But hindsight is 2020, but it was only 1,000 shares. So in the grand scheme of things, it didn't make a difference. It just wrote off the profits I made from this little trade on the way up. Still 1,700 up on the day. Still a good day's trading. 1,000 a day is 5,000 a week. That's 20,000 a month. That's $250,000 a year. And more than that. What do I think of Artex? Artex is great if you're an options trader. Artex is it worth the money? I mean, I get a lot from Benzinga as it is. Artex is good. Do all the short data and stuff like that as well. I probably wouldn't subscribe to Artex on the basis that I've got a Benzinga subscription, but Artex is good. Peru's moving up. Got 1250 is the benchmark. So if you look at the 5 minute, got this cup and handle. Lovely cup and handle. 1250 is the benchmark. High of day today is 1250. I'm not sure what you're asking there, Jack. Is there a window that you can't see on individual added order value detail? I'm not sure what you mean by that. On TikTok, probably you see a lot more on you see a lot more of my desktop on YouTube and Twitch. You just got basically my P&L there on in the middle of the window there on TikTok. Cup and handle is forming a bit of a double top as well, so I want to see it break 1250. I want to see it rejected because it's a double top. Okay, just coiling under 1250 now. The volume came in for that for the last big green cap. Bit of resistance at 1250. Nice little flat top forming now. There's a whole bunch of buy orders at just above 1250. So correct. I didn't adjust my stop. When I was adding and taking profit, I didn't adjust my stop accordingly, which I should have done. That's my bad, Jack. That's on me. I just paid basically I just paid a fine for not behaving properly. Assa's he's trying to make a move up towards the VWAP again. Used to get over 635. Really. You back? Don't look at me like that. That's too cute. Now we're getting a little bit of a flag formation there. Take a bio break and hope that can consolidate while I'm away. Gas has broke the VWAP. Gas is back up kind of 360. Oh. High of day, the opening high was 658. 658. That's what we want to look for here. $650 is important, obviously. 658 is the high of day, so that's going to be doubly important. That makes sense, Jack. Where the you know, I placed an order, took half off, then I placed a stop order, a stop order for the remaining, and then when I added to the position, I didn't adjust the stop to account for that those added shares. That's essentially what happened. Okay, so we're getting a bit of a move here. Damn, I missed it. It's okay. Slow. How slow to the trigger do you have to be, Tony? Stop that. Yako. I will put that donut back on. Don't make me put that donut. Come here. Come here. Come here. You're putting that on. Put that donut back on you. No, you don't. Stay to your tail. Old. Mangy mutt. Bad. Now look what you've gone and done. You made me lose money. Eventually. Level up 760. Put 10,000 shares in this. stopped out. That was made $250 on that one. That's better than a pen in the kick in the teeth. I almost lost a lot of money because of that Aston Mott. There you go. Let me answer the question. Where do I see the breakdown of individual active orders and the stops, the detail? Well, I've got my on my desktop. I've got all my orders here. I can tell you what time I've taken them. I can tell you what the symbol is. I can tell you what the price is, how many, which side it was, buy or sell, and the type, whether it was cash, margin, etc. So it's all on the desktop, all on the software platform. But just from an illustration point of view, you can see where the orders have been taken here on the with the arrows. I've made a profit on Casa, but I could have made a lot more with that one because silly Mott. Now I want to find a nice entry point here. So this is the one that's interesting me. Oh, it's still down on the day. It's still red on the day. 70. What time? We've got 10 minutes. 10 minutes before I have to take the dog. Happy because she's been getting a lot of hot spots. My dog's been getting hot spots lately, and it's because I think it's because of this Chinese medicine I'm giving her for the pyometra. So she's been pulling fur out of her back end and her tail and stuff. Looks agony at the minute. Still looks cute as you like, but it's still a bit messy. $2,000. That's today's trade profit and loss. Get the loss. That's today's trade profit. $2,005 so far. Ranging around the 20-cent range at the minute. Cent up, 10 and the 660. 20 cents above your $0.50. few people watching. Is CASA, CASA. I'm waiting for the break of 670. Take profit. Firm support level of 650. Oh, so I'm only giving it 10 cents risk. See this up, back up, testing $7 again. Break past the $0.75 level, almost down. Break past the 675. That'll be a really, really good result. Very bullish. Yeah. That blue line is the VWAP, the volume weighted average price. The $0.25 level that we're at right now. I'll stop at 665, so I'm gonna make a bit of profit on this, even if it pulls all the way back. Wanted to take profits. Take some profit at 682, 120-cent move. Didn't quite get there. Okay, so that pulled all the way back. We made a little bit, like 50, 60 bucks, whatever. 100 bucks actually. Well, sometimes you don't quite get to your profit goal. Doesn't mean that you're not, your risk reward setup isn't right. Even if the move goes against you, your risk versus reward needs to be. So I was looking at 680, didn't quite get there. I still took some profits off that. But yeah, the blue line is the volume weighted average price. Look for a quick bounce at 650. For an indication that it's not going to go below 650 right now. Back again. Tighten that up. Whereabouts on the VWAP then? Candle to make a new high. How much do I make on a day? Depends on the day. I'm targeting myself on making $5,000 a day. I'm behind that at the moment. So I'm probably averaging about $3,000 a day this year, which is not bad. Level 2, some traders don't pay any because it can be manipulated. Some traders don't pay it any mind, but I like to use it for support resistance confirmation. So if you get into a support area and you see that there's a buyer there, there's a couple of some large buy orders at a support area, you know that confirms that support level. The same with resistance. If you're coming to a resistance for a breakout area and you see a big sell order, you're probably not going to get the breakout that you want. So that's where level 2 kind of comes into its own, but you can trade without it. And also the tape, the speed of the tape, just remember the speed of the tape is indicative of volume coming in. So if the tape's moving quickly, that's orders being processed, it's orders being transacted. Well, I'm already $2,000 up today, Nurettin Cormac has. Apologies for my pronunciation. Yeah, sure. I'm teaching everybody. I'm teaching anybody. Stick around. Watch the live streams. Check out the course. It's a cheap course in the description. In the description. It's in the description if you're on YouTube or Twitch. It's in the link tree on TikTok. $45. It's not to say my performance is not typical though. I would say that I'm not going to teach you to make kind of $2,000-3,000 a day. It takes time. I've been doing this a while, so. And could you make $2,000-3,000 a day? I'm not saying you can't. It's possible. You can. But most people lose money in the markets. Most people get into the markets with the wrong mindset, with the wrong methodologies, with the wrong strategy. They approach it with a gambling mindset. It is risky. Don't put anything into the markets that you're not prepared to risk. So just to put this into context, make this $2,000. I had almost $20,000 in the account. So it's currently I'm about 10% up. This is the US market. This is the US market. I'm trading. I don't trade the UK markets. I only trade the US markets. That's where the volume is. That's where the majority of people trade. And that's what you want. You need volume of traders for the patterns to work. You need high volume. I'm looking at this reversal. I'm looking for a reversal here right now. Out at the VWAP. Let's pull back a little bit too far, I think. Haters gone red on the day. And not a lot. There wasn't anything for gap and go today. Asa was a perfect gap and go yesterday. It was a perfect textbook gap and go yesterday was Casa. But I've not traded any gap and goes today. It's all been momentum. This one is Casa. I do use leverage. I don't use all my leverage, but I do use leverage. So at the moment, my accuracy today is 3-1. 3 winners, 1 loser. And I got enough off Veru over the last week that I'm not worried about giving $250 back. little doji forming there. That's usually an indicator of a change in sentiment. So we've had this sell-off. We've got this doji here. The likelihood is, the possibility is that we're going to get a change in sentiment and a move, and start to make a move up now. Okay. Got a very tight risk. Tight risk is the bottom of this doji, which is 33. I got in at 38, so it's a 5-cent risk. Only a 5-cent risk. I'm looking for is 50. Target. Give up, I'll adjust my stop. What's my top 5 go-to charts? I'm not sure what you mean. I'm trading stocks. I'm trading equities. I don't trade the over-the-counter penny stock equity markets. This is Nasdaq and NYSE basically. Do they charge interest on margin for a daily round trip? No, not really. They don't charge interest. I get charged. I get charged per transaction. And I get transaction fees like ECN fees, FINRA fees, which is smaller than the commissions and stuff. I get charged commissions per transaction. I'm just giving this 5 cents. Like I say, we got this doji, which is an indicator and change in sentiment. Then the move up, so we got in for the move up. I took an entry at 638, and the bottom of this doji is 633. So I'm risking 5 cents. It breaks below the bottom of this doji. I know the reversal hasn't actually happened, and I'm looking for, because I'm risking 5 cents, I'm looking to gain 10 cents. So I'm looking at 48, which is 50 really. Well, what systems am I using? What platform? This platform is DAS Trader Pro, DAS. Direct Access Systems is the acronym. So DAS Trader Pro, that's what I'm using here. And there we go. So it didn't quite work out for me, but you see with the you see the methodology and the trade plan there. So I got in and I set my stop there at 5 cents. And if it then starts to make a move up, I can look to get in on a different setup. Save. Hold it up. Whilst we were talking. Right. There's some news released on this. Sono Group. Not seen any particular news catalyst on Sono. Ah, yeah, full year 2021 corporate update. Sono Motors solar technology delivered to several partners and same production capacity secured. That's why. It was 13. That. Stopped it for even for the rest. 125 bucks made on that one. 125 bucks for 30 seconds work. That's not bad. So what should you expect in terms of being ready for trading after buying or the course? Don't make any guarantees. Quite simply, Nurit, I don't make any guarantees. That's all down to you. I can only give you the learning, the knowledge, and the methodologies and the strategies. If you're disciplined, then you can, I would say, you can start trading a simulator first, and then once you start getting profitable, move to a real money account as opposed to paper money, and then scale up. It took me, as I say, it took me 6 months before I started to become consistently profitable. Good 7 months actually before I started to become consistently profitable. Now, I typically, and this is not me blowing my own trumpet, even though I have to because no one else will, I typically am a quick learner, and I'm good at learning something that I can submerge myself into. I was able to submerge myself into it because of the pandemic. If you've not got the time to submerge yourself into it, it's going to take you a little bit longer. So the question is down to you. How quickly do you learn? How quickly do you pick up new concepts and new ideas? It could be 3 months, it could be 30 days, it could be 6 months. It's entirely down to you. I don't make any guarantees that you're going to be profitable. I don't make any guarantees that you're going to pick it up really quickly. How much of my account do I risk per trade? I'm not risking a lot of my account. I might put a huge amount of equity in, but I'm not risking. The risk is minimal. So that last trade, for example, I risked on Asset, I think it was. I risked 5 cents, but I took 5,000 shares. So that was $250 is what I was risking on that particular trade. My account before I started was over just under $20,000. So you work it out. Break of $7 on this. $7.12. Halt level up is 724. So let's keep an eye on that. Nice. Halted. 5,000 shares in this. I'm looking at SEV. So Sonor Group, 49% up on the day. It's just halted. We're 5,000 shares in it. It's halted up. And it looks like it's going to gap up as well. Yeah, we've got a nice entry. We've got an entry down at 685. I was actually wanting to get the break of the $0.75 as it moved up through the $0.75 level, but I got the slippage. But there you go. No, that's the worst thing you can do, Narette. Jump on the PC. The question here for anyone that's on YouTube or Twitch, so please tell me how I should prepare for the US markets. Just jump on the PC and jump into it? No. Learn how to chart. Download a copy of, download a TradingView app or go to tradingview.com and start learning how to read chart patterns. You can do paper trading with TradingView if you want to. Learn how to do chart patterns first and foremost. If you go to YouTube, go to my YouTube. The first lesson of my course is loaded up onto YouTube for you to watch for free, so you can get in there. You'll need a platform to trade. You'll need a broker. You'll need an account, a broker to trade with. You need to open a brokerage account. I'll have a look at PLTR while I'm halted. It is looking very good. Very good, Rob. I've got a hard stop at 1/2 past. All I've got to on at 1/2 past, but that'll wait. This halted at 11:14, so we're looking at 11:19. Got 3 minutes left. Yeah, 2 minutes. 2 minutes left. So yeah, right now we're having a good day. Looking at $6.85. Got 20 cents on this, so I'm making at least 1,000 bucks. Off it. Get away. Yeah, you need to learn how to read charts, and technical analysis is absolutely one. If you can't spot support and resistance areas, then you can't trade. They're essential for profitable day trading. Oh, about a minute for resumption. Like it's pretty much assumed that by the looks of this. It's a volatility halt. If a stock moves 5% in 5 minutes, it goes into a volatility halt. The SEC put it into a volatility halt, and it's usually 5-minute halt. This will be resuming in a second. So we just made $1,000 on it, and it just sold off. I'm glad I put the stop in there. look to buy that dip as it happens. Selling off. $6.40. For a potential signal of a reversal signal. Get back in. Extremely volatile. We're still in for 2,500 shares. This is looking good. Yes, it is. I don't know about full time. It's a couple of days. I think the stream is probably more my full-time job than yes. That was a good. This is a good trade regardless. So I'm just going to let it hold it at 720. It's 710. 710. Pulls back to 710. We've made a good $700-800 on this trade as well. This is how we get profitable. This could be one of those $5,000 days by the looks of it. Oh, $4,000, $3,955. That's where we're up to at the moment. It's supposed to be on a call now, but you'll have to wait. This is a good stock. This is a very good stock to be trading. Put a size down now. No, this is equities. It's stocks and shares. Odd. This is the big one for today. Which is now the top gapper that's not an acquisition or a stock split. Waiting for an entry. Candle to make a new high with a big pullback like that. entry. Just in this. Will this go higher? Well, let's see. It's already tapped 750. That's got it. Okay. Don't mind giving back however much I just give back then. $50, I think it was. Like that. That's all right. The answer is it's trading stocks, not crypto. Absolutely, that's right. Likewise, I'll have a look at Palantir for you. Again, yeah, having a good day. Palantir is currently 6% up on the day. Okay, I'm going to go back to STSS, no, SEV. I'm going to wait for this to consolidate now. I'm happy with my 3,700 profit today so far. What was the pattern that triggered the SEV trade? It was high momentum. That's what the pattern was. We got in. Look at here. So I'll talk you through it. If you can see this screen here, I'll talk you through it. So it hit the scanners. We got this momentum. It gapped up, and then when it pulled back, it was on the scanners. So it could see this was a high volatile stock. Pulled back to the VWAP, effectively, and then we were looking for the next candle to make a new high for a VWAP bounce. So it came down here, it bounced at the VWAP. It doesn't have to actually hit the VWAP. It doesn't have to, we're talking about areas, not to the cent. It started to make a move up, so we entered here for the break of the next candle to break new highs, which was this one. We entered there, we took some profits, and then we got out half of our profits. I think we went in for 5,000 shares, 2,500 off here, and then we broke even for the rest. On the way back up, we waited here for the break of highs. So we're current high of day here, so that's where we entered there. We rode it all the way up, started taking profits, and that's where it was. And then when it came back down, we looked for a confirmation of the bounce of the VWAP. And when we got the confirmation of the volume coming in, that's when we entered. We took profits there and got out there. This one went against us, but those are the patterns that we're looking for. BMCB. BMCB selling off today. Not looking great today. Look at it from the daily. Oh, that's a horrible chart. From the hourly. Oh, I don't like that at all. Not one little bit. That's just choppy. I couldn't even find a place to enter or exit there. Currently trading at 203 PMCB. It's which is Pharmacope Biotech, I think it's called. Pharmasite Biotech. It's a horrible chart. Volatile, but no volume. It's got volume, but it's 7% down on the day. That's just it actually started up at 250. It's now 230, so it's not having a great day at all. Hope you're not in that one, Wes. What's the price on Sev right now? 715s. In this symmetrical triangle formation right now. So looking for maybe 725 as a breakout. 688, 685 the breakdown. What platform is this? This is Daytrader. Daytrader Pro. BTAI. Oh, that's not looking good. Not today, at least. It's not great. On the daily, look at the daily. Selling off quite some time. What I would say here is based on historics, you've got good support here at kind of 1450. So it could be time for a bounce. Look at, just zoom out a little bit here. You can see how many times it's actually tapped this 1450 level. Getting support at 1450, even though it's down on the day today. If you look at the 5-minute chart, how horrible it is. It shouldn't. You should get good support kind of around the 1450 level. It's currently $15, but could look for a swing to the move to the upside maybe. I wouldn't. I think that support. Kind of zooming out, looking at it. Yeah, so the bottom seems to be at 1450 level. Or we might get a bounce back up, maybe get to kind of 17, 18s or something. It is looking oversold as well. Check it on the RSI. It oversold, it probably is. Good support level at 1450. Daytrader Pro. It's open to anybody. There's a link in my into my in my link tree for it. Now it depends on your broker. If you trade Interactive Brokers, I trade Interactive Brokers and I trade Capital Markets Elite Group. Those are the two brokers that I use. I recommend Interactive Brokers because they're not an offshore broker. Some people, whereas Capital Markets are an offshore broker, some people have a problem trading with offshore brokers. So Interactive, one of the biggest worldwide, and you can use Daytrade. You can trade Daytrader with Interactive. So I've just received a major FDA approval, Chinder. Then it could be time to get in because it's right at that bottom level. It's, you know, that right at the bottom level. It's got good support there. Sev's selling off now. That's okay. Made our money on it. How much do we make on Sev? 1800. We were over 2000 on it at one stage and we gave it back. Can we get green on Veru? That's a good question. We have a 100% day. Entry. Extended in entry point. Back. 1,000 shares. Give it 5 cents. Yeah, I think that one, if it's, I'll have a look at if there is a catalyst there in a minute, but it's on the daily, it's reached we've got a kind of a double bottom, and double bottoms tend to break upwards. So got strong support at that 1450 level. A little bit of a bull flag there, which is what my entry was, but we didn't get the follow through. At least 10 cents on this. 5. Getting lower volume now. It's kind of 11:40 market time. For correct below 25 cents. We're in at 20, 25. Correct below 20. 25. Stock is this. This is Veru. Back onto Veru, Michael. With Simple App only has a small subsection of the market, unfortunately, which is why using a direct access software, it gives you access to the full market. So Veru's not being kind to us today, but that's okay. Still 3,500 up on the day. $35.65. We're just shy of 4,000, so might take one more trade while the market is buoyant. What did Sev do? Sell off? Did it come back? Looking at the 5-minute chart, got a potential bull flag here. 671. So let's look if it breaks over 671, 670. If it breaks 675, let's see if volume comes in. It could make another move to the upside. 5-minute potential 5-minute bull flag. I've stayed on a little bit longer than I intended to do today. I think I'm going to end the stream there. This dog's waiting for me to take her out, so we'll do exactly that. Business advisor I had a call at 20 past with my business advisor, and I'll have to wait. information on the volume. Guys, are you trading the 5-minute chart or not? That's a clear bull flag breaker. Follow through with the volume. Volume's off here. Gonna be my last trade. So when I'm done with this, I'll end the stream. Where do you want to go? Widening. And buying up. Not getting the volume follow through for that 5-minute bull flag, which is a bit worry. Says to me that not as many people are watching this now. It's kind of midday, so when the volume does dry up normally. like holding through all this consolidation. Annoying. Who's taking highs now? Cents. Below that 67. It's teasing me. Really tracing the VWAP. It's right on the VWAP. Nobody trading it right. Break upwards. Sit right there. Oh, finish the $3,000. I'm okay with that. Okay, so right, I'm just going to end the stream there, right? I'm not sure I'll do a power hour today. We'll see how we get on. Depends. I won't be doing a power hour today. I'll be watching the football. There's a training game on for Liverpool. How do we spot reversal after a downtrend? You look for a change in sentiment. Look for a doji. There's a number of different ways, but if you can use Bollinger Bands, which can be helpful. You can use the RSI, which can be helpful. You can look for the candle formations, and then you can look for that first candle to make a new high, depending on how many candles down it's gone. So there's a number of different ways you can look for it. Are these below open windows screenshots? Not sure what that means. Okay. Cheers, Darren. I'm going to end the stream there, and I will see you all tomorrow. 1 o'clock London GMT and 8 a.m. market time. So all the best. Don't forget to check out the link tree, and I'll see you all tomorrow.